Well, good afternoon and welcome into the Bank of Colorado Event Center and welcome into a Saturday afternoon of Region 9 basketball. It's the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen and the McCook Community College Indians to kick off our afternoon. Our coverage made possible on the Eastern Plains Sports Network by Northeastern Junior College. From Plains to Possibilities, Northeastern Junior College has the educational path to suit your needs. Get 2026-27 education off on the right foot right now by visiting njc.edu. McCook Community College coming into the contest this afternoon off a high. They beat WNCC, the perennial standard bearers in the South, in action on Wednesday. Well, NJC also coming in on the heels of a win at North Platte, a win today, and you got a little thing going on called a winning streak, something this Plainswoman team has not done this year, with a 7-15 record, but the most important mark is 3-3 overall. They're currently in 5th place, a half game back of Otero, who is playing Lamar today to wrap up the first time through Region 9 South play. So NJC has an opportunity to go back into 4th place if they can take a victory today against McCook. But McCook is 5-1 inside the Region 9 South, and for 7th-year head coach Brandon Pritchett, his team has some size. I stood and talked with him for a little bit prior to the game today, somebody that I've gotten to know as he was the men's assistant for a number of years before he became the head coach of the women's program, and he said this has been a different year. He's used to being a smaller team with a lot more speed. They're a bigger team, but they shoot the ball exceptionally well. They're shooting almost 39% from the floor this year and really have dominated the glass. They're plus 7.5 on the rebounding margin this year, meaning they get 7.5 more rebounds per game than their opponents do. They have controlled the glass all year long, and his team has put together a successful year thus far. They're 12-10, but again, most importantly, in the Region 9 South, 5-1. That's the only one that matters at this point. Your overall record doesn't matter. It's all about the seeding in getting yourself into the right spot, being one of the top 2 in your sub-region to get a bye into the quarterfinals of the tournament, and if you can't do that, being either 3rd or 4th so you get a home game in the first round of the Region 9 tournament. That's what's on the line here for NJC. Obviously, McCook at 5-1, they've taken and gotten themselves in a really good spot to be one of those teams this season. But I think one of the biggest questions for McCook coming into this game is how they're going to play on the road. This is not a McCook team that has been very good on the road this season. They're below 500. This will be their 8th game. They're 9-3 on the year when they're at home. And on the road, they're just 3-4 this season. So they've struggled to go on the road. They've struggled to get that rhythm, as is the case as they as you go through in this region. I did a case study on it. I talked about it during our broadcast. I don't remember if it was the women or the men on Wednesday night here on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Inside Region 9, we've always used the anecdote of it's 15-point swing from home versus road. And I went and looked the last 3 years of all the teams inside Region 9. I took the home versus road comparison based on how teams performed and what they gave up and all that differential stuff. And it is 7 on the women's side. So it's about half of what it used to be, but 7 is still a big point swing on the road. You're going to score 7 fewer points on the road than you do at home, and you're going to give up 7 more points on the road than you do at home. So that home court advantage definitely is something that will be a factor as we come into this game and is part of our key to the contest. Brought to you by Carpet Comfort Center, largest selection of flooring in Northeast Colorado. The flooring you need, the professional installation you deserve. Stop by in the Broadway Plaza Shopping Center where comfort is their middle name. You know what it's like to be on this home court if you're NJC. You just came off a 3-game road trip where the Plains women went 2-1. They figured out how to get the winning going on the road, and this is much earlier than the team did it last year when they finally figured out how to get the wins going when they were on the road inside the region. So now that you're back at home, you need to carry that momentum. And this Plains women basketball team is built entirely on discipline. Yes, Danny is going to get her points. Yes, Madison is going to get her points. Yes, Monique is going to be able to deliver and dish out, and you're going to get the rebounds and the everything that you get from Riley and Veronica. But now you need to execute in the bigger moments. NJC did it on the road, but now you have to do it on your home court, something that NJC hasn't always done in this series with McCook. This McCook Community College team has won, I think it is 3 of the last 4 here in Sterling against NJC. So NJC struggled against McCook on their own home court. You have to execute that. That's going to be at the end of quarters, at the end of possessions. NJC is going to have to slow this one down because this McCook team is averaging 82 possessions a game. NJC is like 72. Like there is a significant pace gap between these two teams, and the only way NJC is going to win this one is if they keep it low scoring. The winning team has scored 70 in 7 of the last 9 games between NJC and McCook. If NJC wants to be on the winning side today, they can't be scoring 70. I think NJC's got to keep this game in the 50s and the 60s, so a slower pace is what is the key to this contest for the Plainswomen. We'll take a break, come back, meet the starters, and have tip-off next. It's NJC basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And we welcome you back inside the Bank of Colorado Event Center, where it's 48 degrees outside and getting ready to heat up inside. NJC and McCook Plainswomen basketball kicking it off. Men will follow. Let's head to the public address announce system to get this ball game underway. Good afternoon and welcome to the Bank of Colorado Event Center for this afternoon's Region 9 South Women's Basketball Contest between the visiting McCook Community College Indians and your Northeastern Plainswomen. Before we meet the starters for this contest, we ask that everyone rise if able and remove cover as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet the starters for this afternoon's contest. First for the visitors, the McCook Community College Indians. A sophomore wearing number 9, Carolina Garcia Perdomo. A sophomore wearing number 11, Jason Jorgensen. A freshman wearing number 22, Marmelina Munoz. A sophomore wearing number 25, Laia Izquierda Altamira. And a freshman wearing number 32, Stephanie Nunabui. The McCook Community College Indians are coached by Brandon Pritchett.
Yeah, you know the drill. You know the drill. Yeah, you know the drill. You know the
And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Northeastern Plains women. She's a 5'5" freshman from Greeley, Colorado, wearing number 3, Madison Cepeda. She's a 5'9" freshman from Keensburg, Colorado, wearing number 5, Riley Phelps. She's a 6'1" sophomore from Spain, wearing number 8, Daniela Garcia Gasco. She's a 5'4" freshman from Marino, Colorado, wearing number 10, Veronica Beret. And a 5'6" freshman from Albuquerque, New Mexico, wearing number 23, Monique Sena. The Northeastern Plainswomen are coached by Bronson Moten. Let's play ball! Our tip-off on the Eastern Plains Sports Network is brought to you by Stubbs. Hop off at exit 66A off I-76 in Wiggins. Find a gem of a place, gas, fresh cooked food from an actual kitchen, all your auto accessories. Stubbs in Wiggins. Garcia Gasco in the circle wins the tip, and the Plainsmen will have the opening possession of the game, going from our right to our left. Garcia Gasco with some tape on her knee today. Dishes it near side for Riley Phelps. Her three up, no good, and the rebound is contained by Perdomo for the McCook Community College Indians. Garcia Gasco had a sleeve on that leg, but got undercut in the ball game in North Platte on Wednesday night, so fresh tape on that left leg. Dish into the lane for McCook, over the rim, and down and in goes Jacelyn Jorgensen. Fed off the wing by Altamira. So McCook scores first. They lead 2-0 with 9:19 to go in the first quarter. Pass down underneath is stolen away by Jorgensen on the Cepeda force in to Phelps. Nanabua will walk it out of the high post and hand it off to Jorgensen. Top of the key, Perdomo to Nanabua. Nanabua takes a step. Nope, got a jump ball. It's still McCook basketball. Stephanie Nanabua is a 6-foot freshman from Ireland. Originally, however, from the continent of Africa. I believe it was Nigeria, potentially. I talked about a lot of things with Brandon Pritchett. Drive down on the baseline. Nanabua turns back to her right and draws the foul. She'll head to the free throw line. The foul on Riley Phelps. With 8:49 to go in the first quarter. In fact, outside of Jacelyn Jorgensen, every starter on this McCook roster is international, as Nanabua misses the first. Spain, and Spain for the two named last named individuals, Izquierda Altamira, as Nanabua can't get the second to go, and the rebound is contained by Daniela Garcia Gasco, who adds to her number 2 all-time rebounding tally here at NJC. She'll bring it up the floor, give it off to Monique Sena, and Sena's pass is picked off by Garcia Perdomo. Garcia Perdomo will walk it into the front court. Near side for Jorgensen. Then out up top for Izquierda Altamira. She drives in on Veronica Beret, kicks far corner, 3 lips and won't drop from Molina Munoz, and Garcia Gasco comes down with the rebound. Still 2-0 McCook, 8:15 to go in the first quarter. Cepeda brings it up to Phelps in the right corner, back out up top. Madison gives it to Phelps, 15 on the baseline, won't drop in, and Nanabua comes down with the rebound. So the Plainsmen 0 for 2 with 2 turnovers on their first 4 possessions through the first 2 minutes of the game. Jorgensen, high post. She'll go for Izquierda Altamira. Onto the far side for Molina Munoz. Baseline, tries to elevate. Phelps strips it out of her hands, and it tumbles out of bounds on the end line. So an inbound to the right of the hoop for Molina Munoz. She will drop it in to Jorgensen and then across to Altamira. Far corner, Jorgensen with it, back up top. Altamira, 3 on the shot clock, bangs it from long range for the McCook Community College Indians. It's a 5-0 lead for McCook. Plainsmen will walk it into the front court with 7:25 to go in the first quarter. 3 from Garcia Gasco. Shot does not go, and Nanabua comes down with the rebound. She will quickly trot, but no run for McCook. NJC's done a good job of slowing the pace down for the McCook Community College Indians. Forced back onto the near side. Garcia Perdomo downtown knocks it down. White hot to start the game from the floor. McCook 3 for their first 4 on an 8-0 run. Madison Cepeda walks it into the front court. She'll set the offense up. Garcia Gasco drives in the lane. Backdoor feed Riley Phelps, and the ball was tipped out of her hands by Nanabua as she tried to drive to the rack. So a third turnover for NJC. McCook walks it past the stripe and setting the offense up. Izquierda Altamira. Izquierda Altamira onto the far side for Garcia Perdomo. Right wing, 3 up, no good. Nanabua comes down with the offensive rebound on the missed shot from Altamira. Foul on the floor. That will be Daniela Garcia-Gasco, her first, team second in this first quarter. Inbound to the right of the hoop for McCook. Fresh 20, Nanabu in the lane. Bangs iron, doesn't go. Fighting for and gets her own offensive rebound. A third crack at it on this possession. Drive down the heart of the lane. Nanabu, shot no good. How about a fourth crack as she gets the offensive rebound and finally gets it to go. Nanabu 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 on the offensive glass, and a 10-0 run to start the game for McCook. Monique Sena walks into the front court. Garcia-Gasco spins and shuffles off to Riley Phelps. Phelps elevates, can't tickle the twine. Good look in the lane that time, and Mar Munoz comes down with the rebound. Riley Phelps, who at the game go-aheader shot in North Platte the other night, being featured more offensively to start the ball game. 3, top of the key, McCook, back iron, front iron, lips off, and Riley Phelps comes down with it off the miss from Izquierda Galtamira. 10-0 McCook lead, 5.5 to go, first quarter. Veronica Beret onto the left wing. Madison Cepeda drives in past everybody off the window, scoops it up and in. Good pump to keep the defense honest and finally get NJC on the board. It took them almost to the media timeout. 5:10 to go, 10-2 lead for McCook. Nanabu out of the high post, covered by Riley Phelps. Shoves it off far side for Melina Munoz. She'll drive in off that left wing, and she'll knock it in. And a timeout by McCook at the 5-minute mark by Brandon Pritchett. This turns into the media timeout. 12-2 McCook, quarter number 1. You're listening to Northeastern Basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen trail the Indians 12-2 out of the media timeout halfway through quarter number 1. Our coverage on the Eastern Plains Sports Network made possible by Better Electric. Better does matter when it comes to all your electrical work, residential, commercial, agricultural. 970-521-1030. Becca Segerman and Markella Pisara came in on the media timeout for NJC. McCook made a couple substitutions as well, actually only one. Peyton Cox, the sophomore from Nebraska, checks in. Foul was whistled on Izquierda Altamira as Segerman found Pisar on the near side. Segerman into the lane. Garcia-Gasco kicks it off to Veronica Beret, tries to shove it back in, and it's swatted out of bounds by Jorgensen. McCook will get Nevea Lucero, the freshman from Thornton, in for Marmelina Munoz. Segerman pushes into the lane to a driving Madison Cepeda. Jump ball. Arrow is McCook's, I believe. No, it's NJC's. McCook had a jump ball prior to the media timeout. So it's still NJC basketball. Just 8 on the shot clock now as the shot clock doesn't bump, and Segerman doesn't have anybody to throw it to, so she throws it out off of Carolina Garcia-Perdomo. Riley Phelps and Monique Sena were the two that sat down on the media timeout. Have to reset the game clock, shot clock down. because of the tip on the inbound. Give off to Pisara, puts up a long two that does not go, and Lucero comes down with the rebound. So NJC struggling offensively early in this one. 4:20 to go, first quarter. Top of the key, Peyton Cox. She looks to drive in, hands it off to Izquierda Altamira. Onto the right wing, entry pass into Cox. Backside, blocked on her shot. Loose basketball, picked up by McCook, but rolling from right hip to left hip for McCook was Jacelyn Jorgensen. So it is NJC basketball. Once you have a part of your body established as that pivot foot, air quote, on the floor, it can't move until you dribble the basketball or get rid of it. Cepeda brings it up for NJC into the lane, puts a floater up, doesn't go. Lucero comes down with the rebound. Cepeda has the only NJC points with 3:50 to go in the first quarter. Walk into the front court. Offense set up for Peyton Cox. Cox tosses it around far side for Garcia Perdomo. Entry in, and I believe Daniela Garcia Gasco just picked up her second foul. She did. So the Plainsman's leading scorer and leading rebounder will be relegated to the bench with 3:34 to go in the first quarter, having only attempted one shot. The Cook Indians will bring Jada Kim, the sophomore from Henderson, onto the floor. And shot clock hadn't bumped up to 20 on that inbound. So they'll get it sent correctly now. Now, boy, we've got an authority problem going on down on that baseline. Inbound pass comes into Lucero. And Cox will take it out of the high post. Down into the near corner, Kim. Drive, looking to elevate, and bounced it off her knee, did Jada Kim. That's the first turnover of the game for McCook. So it's NJC basketball down 12-2 with 3:10 to go in the first. Cepeda enters it in to Riley Phelps. Phelps goes up for the shot, gets her own rebound after it's blocked to Segerman, who can't get the shot to go. She's fouled after collecting the offensive rebound again. So NJC a third crack on this possession, this time at the free throw line, where they've been very tolerable this season, 70.4% on the free throws. The first free throw goes in for Becca Segerman, which is a nice change of pace over the last 4 or 5 years if we're 67%. Offensive rebound by Segerman as she missed the second and puts it back up and in. So NJC gets 3 out of that possession, down 7, 12-5. With 2:50 to go in the first quarter. Lucero walks it into the front court. Looking to set the offense up. Down into the near corner for Garcia Perdomo. Drapes it off to Izquierda Altamira, and a foul on the baseline. Foul will be on Riley Phelps. So NJC's 2 post players each have 2 fouls. That will bring Ashlyn Godfrey onto the floor. Godfrey, who was the all-region goalkeeper for the NJC soccer team her freshman year and will be playing soccer next year at her future school, steps in, and stepping up and taking a charge on the drive-in from Kim is Madison Cepeda, but Cepeda worse for the wear on that drive-in from Jada Kim, as she took that one square to the hip. NJC able to force an empty possession, and Cepeda will come to the bench. The trainer says, yeah, we need to visit with her. NJC already shorthanded. Yali Benarouche is back on the bench today, but obviously in street clothes after the knee injury last weekend. And JC only has 9 available to them. Typically stick to a 7-player rotation. Segerman, part of that, puts a free throw line jumper up, no good. Peyton Cox comes down with the rebound for McCook. Lucero trots it into the front court for the Indians. Feed to Cox in the lane, covered by Godfrey. Passes out near side to Kim, and 2 wide. That's 3 straight possessions without a shot for the McCook Community College Indians, who are still white hot from the floor. They're 5 of 11. 2 to go, first quarter. NJC's only been able to get 3 points out of it, though, off those empty possessions. Santa walks it up. Segerman near the top of the key from 3. Does not go. Rebound loose. Pizarra and Izquierda Altamira tie up. It's McCook basketball. McCook has dominated the glass right now, 11-6. 100 seconds to go in the first quarter. Top of the key. Baseline feed for Cox to a cutting Izquierda Altamira, tipped out of bounds by Segerman. Dump in to Kim in the near corner for McCook, and out up top for Garcia Perdomo. Off to Kim, whose 3 is up and in. Jada Kim reins it in from long range. McCook 3 of 5 from downtown, back up by 10, 15-5. Monique Sena pulls up, top of the key. She knocks it in from long range. So the Plainsmen answer a 3 with a 3. 70 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Izquierda Altamira will walk it into the front court. Work around onto the near side for Garcia Perdomo to Cox, who launches a 3. Doesn't go. Sena with the rebound, and she's tripped as she tries to run the floor. At times you can fall in love with a long-range shot, and that's kind of what McCook has done. They did such a good job early. They hit a couple threes, opened up driving inside. Now starting to fall in love with the jumper instead of getting all the way to the hoop, especially with a significant size advantage with both Phelps and Garcia Gasco out. Pizarra was dribbled back upon on a double screen and called for a moving screen there. No protest audibly from Bronson Moton, but physically, yeah, he did not agree with that call. 15-8 McCook, 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Right side of the lane drive off to Kim. Veronica Beret hounding her, tips it out of her hand. She recorrals it and resets. Izquierda Altamira looking to drive in on Pizarra. Took about 3 extra steps there, no call. Perdomo will pick up the loose basketball. Shot no good, and Segerman comes down with the rebound. Shot clock off with 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Santa runs it up the floor. Godfrey pops it from 16, rattles around and goes down. Ashlyn Godfrey drains the bucket. NJC leads 15-10, and it will be that score at the end of the quarter as Nevaeh Lucero misses a 3. NJC trails 15-10. Did I say leads? I meant trails. Plainsmen down 5 as we head to quarter number 2. Region 9 South basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back inside the Bank of Colorado Event Center, we had a quarter number 2. The Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen trail McCook 15-10. Second quarter brought to you by Sydney Regional Medical Center in Sydney, Nebraska. Don't let that injury keep you out of the game. SydneyRMC.com. Plainsman with foul trouble to both Riley Phelps and Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Daniela Garcia-Gasco will be on the floor to begin quarter number 2. Godfrey remains on for Phelps, and Markella Pizarra takes a seat as Monique Sena comes back in, and Sena will set the offense up. Sena pulls up, 3, top of the key, nothing but net. Monique Sena's buried buckets to get NJC back within 2, 9:40 to go in quarter number 2. Marmelina Munoz walks it up. McCook brought Miriam Malmqvist, the sophomore from Sweden, onto the floor, and for the first time in the game, we see the Spanish freshman Claudia Serrador Cortazar. She's tied up. 6'3" freshman from Spain was tied up by Daniela Garcia-Gasco, NJC's Spanish sophomore. Quick entry pass to Malmqvist. She'll dish it out to Nevaeh Lucero, far side 3, lips around and won't go down, and Ashlyn Godfrey comes away with the rebound. Quickly toss up the floor. Segerman in transition. She'll spin in on Malmqvist. No entry. Tries to drop in on the vacated spot to Garcia-Gasco. To Sena, top of the key. Monique downtown. Won't go down this time. Rebound tipped. Segerman comes up with it. Third offensive rebound for Segerman. A jab step and a shot from 8 won't go in. Board is collected for McCook by Malmqvist. Still 15-13, just more than a minute into quarter number 2. Baseline drive, skip pass across to nobody as the work off the baseline from Garcia Perdomo was a tick too aggressive. Riley Phelps will come back in for NJC. So Bronson Moton going to use both players with 2 fouls. See if he can't milk the remainder of the first half without getting their third. Madison Cepeda walks it into the front court. Cepeda near the top of the key to Garcia-Gasco. NBA range 3. Yes, sir. Knocks it in for her first points of the contest. And NJC has the lead at 16-15 on an 11-0 run. Quick trot into the front court. Lucero on the left sideline for McCook. Out up top for Malmqvist. She drives and kicks around near side. Back out up top for Garcia Perdomo. Into the lane for Serrador Cortazar. Shot up, no good. Offensive rebound down by Lucero, whose shot in the lane will not drop. And the rebound is contained by Daniela Garcia-Gasco. 2 minutes into quarter number 2. Monique Sena will run the floor and, collided with Garcia Perdomo and her arm extended. That will be put down as a charge, a player control foul. First foul of the quarter on NJC and in the game on Monique Sena. Still 16-15 NJC. Walk into the front court by Marmelina Munoz. Miriam Malmqvist. Cross onto the left side for Garcia Perdomo. Back out to Melina Munoz, who drives in the lane, tickles the twine, elevating with the bucket and gives the lead back over to McCook at 17-16. Cepeda runs it for NJC, shovels it off to Garcia-Gasco, covered by Malmqvist. Off onto the right wing for Sena. Monique, baseball pass to Cepeda near side, across the screen, gives it off to Segerman, who pulls up from 6, sits on rim and will not go in. Yanked by the arm as she goes for the rebound. No call right in front of the official. We're not going to yell at the officials tonight. We're not going to yell at the officials tonight, even if they deserve it. Molina will walk it into the front court for the McCook Indians. Serrador Cortazar hands it off to Lucero. Feed back to Serrador Cortazar, who puts a shot up and good. Lead back up to 3 for McCook. Segerman will walk the floor. Segerman gets it back, far side 3, ties us for the first time since the opening tick. Becca from downtown, assisted by Daniela Garcia-Gasco. 19-all. Garcia Perdomo walks into the front court for McCook, going from left to right. Malmqvist works it across to Lucero. Back to the free throw line. Nevaeh's shot does not go. Rebound out of bounds as Riley Phelps and Daniela Garcia-Gasco were fighting with Cortazar for that shot or that rebound. 6:19 to go. First half. Inbound pass, give out to Marmelina Munoz. Cortazar turns. Segerman whistled before she'd made contact. She did end up fouling, but that was an anticipatory whistle. Got to wait until the foul happens. Bronson Moton is going to protest, as he should. Inbound to the left of the hoop, fresh 20 for McCook. Near side for Garcia Perdomo, out up top for Walkvist. She puts a shot up, no good, and Madison Cepeda whistled for the foul. That's her second foul. She had one in the first quarter, so the third Plainswoman with 2 fouls. McCook's had 2 fouls called in the game. NJC has had 9. One of these things is not like the other. Walkvist knocks in the first and the second to make it 21-19. Becca Segerman takes a seat. Veronica Beret, who garnered the start today, comes back in. Beret will end up bringing it past half court. Garcia-Gasco on the far side. Pass tipped out of her hands as she tried to work it back to the top and picked off for McCook. 5:50 to go in the first half. Marmelina Munoz drives right side of the lane, off the window, sits over the rim and tumbles in. Marmelina Munoz with 6 to lead McCook in scoring. 23-19 lead for the Indians. 5:35 to go first half. Far side 3, Garcia-Gasco high off the rim, no good. Riley Phelps and Serador Cortazar tied up. Phelps will extend the possession on that held ball on the rebound, and NJC will inbound to the right of the hoop. Drop in to Garcia-Gasco in the lane. Fall away from Walkvist. Sits rim and will not go in. Rebound down by Molina Munoz. Quick sprint into the front court. No transition as NJC has tried to slow this game down and succeeded for the most of it. Left side of the lane. Shovel into the corner. Garcia Perdomo drives baseline. Swings it off near side. Lucero from downtown. Way too strong. And Monique Sena comes down with the rebound. Sena sprints it into the front court, shovels it off to Garcia-Gasco, drives down the heart of the lane, spins, kicks, 15-footer, right baseline. Veronica Beret tickles the twine. Plainswoman back within 2, 4:48 to go. Next whistle will take us to the media timeout. Indians trot into the front court. Near the top of the key, Walkvist. And we get the whistle there, and that will take us to the media timeout on an offensive foul from the McCook Community College Indians. It's 23-21 in favor of the visitors. You're listening to NJC Basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. (23-21). McCook leads NJC. 4:37 to go in the first half. Back inside the Bank of Colorado Events Center. The Northeastern Junior College Plainswoman unloaded a 11-0 run to get back in this one, and then it's been back and forth since. Plainsman will have the basketball out of the media timeout. Down by 2 as Veronica Beret brings it up. Riley Phelps, left wing 3, way too strong, but a long offensive rebound ends up in the hands of Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Far side, Cepeda launches a 3, and then on the box out, she gets shoved into the McCook bench by the freshman, Marissa Evans, who just came in on the media timeout. Second foul on McCook in quarter number 2. Beret will inbound, and Santa will set the offense up. Looking to drive. Kicks it near corner. Cepeda for 3 and the lead. Madison Cepeda drains it from long range, and NJC leads 24-23. Marissa Evans, the freshman from the UK, walks it up. Izquierda Altamira came in on the media timeout as well. She'll launch a 3 near side. Lead back over to McCook. She has 6 in the game, our 5th lead. Change of the contest, 26-24 Indians. Driving into the lane, Riley Phelps. Shot off the mark, no good. Board contained by Mia Wren, who is from Rangeley. And also back in on the media timeout came Stephanie Nanabua, the Irish freshman for the McCook Indians. Euro step through, kick onto the near side, and Mia Wren was standing on the sideline, so McCook with their 5th turnover of the ball game. NJC has 4. 3:22 to go before halftime. And I believe Brandon Pritchett has asked for a review of that step on the sideline. Or is the official that was furthest from the play going to ask it to be reviewed? They'll head to the scorer's table, where today in charge it's Mackenzie Nelson filling in. The volleyball head coach is handling the video review system today for the officials. Here at the Bank of Colorado Event Center, Bank of Colorado wants you to apply for the loan you need for your dream home. Fully online on bankofcolorado.com or at one of their many locations across the area. Bank of Colorado, member FDIC. For those unfamiliar, it was last year, I think, the first year that it was an official Region 9 bylaw that you had to have a replay system in place. There are 4 cameras in this gym. 1 on each sideline, 1 on the center line. Actually, a couple. I guess they're on the volleyball 10-foot line, and then there's not one above me. That's not a camera, that's a sprinkler. Where they can assess a multitude of things, who the ball was out off of, if someone was out, a 2 versus a 3 being the most notable. This appears to have been an officially instigated review, as the coaches have been called in. I don't believe Brandon Pritchett. I didn't see him put the finger up for the signal. Whatever was reviewed did not change. It's still NJC basketball with 3:22 to go in the first half. And the walk-up will come from Cepeda, going from right to left. Cepeda tagged with a carry as she drives around a screen. So that's NJC's 5th turnover of the game. McCook will take it back. Indians are shooting very well, but have been kept largely off the offensive glass. We'll see if that changes now that Nanabu is in. She turns and fights through a shot from Riley Phelps. Gets her offensive rebound and the putback to go. So there's second chance points for the Indians to push the lead to 4. They've led by as many as 10. Near the top of the key, a 3 for Garcia. Gasco hammers rim and will not go in. Nanabua gets the rebound. And then Veronica Beret was whistled for the foul, trying to strip her. That is the fourth foul on McCook in the quarter. Bronson Moton voicing his displeasure. He's going to get teed up by that official this afternoon, I guarantee it. Ball will walk into the front court. Izquierda Altamira. High post to Nanabua. She turns into the lane. Ball tipped out of her hands, and she took about 3 steps before it was finally called. The traveling. Frequent flyer miles. I don't know. She was doing it in warm-ups and finally got tagged with it in the game. Santa will walk it into the front court. Monique off a screen from Daniela Garcia-Gasco puts up a shot that does not go. McCook last touched it as Wren tried to contain the rebound. Shot did not hit the rim, so just 15 on the shot clock. Drop in for Veronica Beret. On top of the key, Cepeda sets it up. Feigns the fall away, then kicks into the right corner for Garcia-Gasco. She'll back down off the double, and the ball booted out of bounds. Just 4 on the shot clock. It hit a leg, not a foot, so that's not a kick. Got to get a quick shot off. Veronica Beret taps the top of her head to signal that the shot clock is expiring. She will drop it in to Garcia-Gasco, who gets the shot up and in off the inbound. Plainsman back within 2. 1:45 to go in half number 1. Izquierda Altamira is tagged with the carry. Different official, same call. Walkvist is coming back on, replacing Izquierda Altamira. And JC can retake the lead with a bucket this time up from downtown or tie it with a 2. Driving away from the screen. Beret shows the 3 far corner, trails off to Sena. Sena into Garcia-Gasco, whips it baseline. Riley Phelps, and she took a couple steps. It caught her left forearm instead of her hand, and so that drag across ended up kind of fumbling the basketball away. Walk into the front court. Walkvist will set it up. Far side, Garcia Perdomo. Out to Walkvist. On to the near side for Wren. Then out up top and a reset. 10 on the shot clock. Drive right side of the lane. Garcia Perdomo, near corner. Wren downtown, knocks it down. Mia Wren knocks in her first bucket of the game. McCook back up by 5. Monique Sena will run the floor. Garcia-Gasco out to Beret from downtown. Hammers iron, does not go. Nanabua comes away with the rebound on the missed 3. Indians trot pass with 40 seconds to go in the first half. Walkvist spins away from Garcia-Gasco onto the far side. Bang, downtown. Evans knocks it down. And NJC trails by 8. Shot clock off. They can have the final possession of the first half. Veronica Beret. She'll give it off to Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Garcia-Gasco dribbles past a screen from 15. Hammers the iron. Doesn't go. Veronica Beret saves it to Cepeda, who puts it up from 8. Sits on the rim and doesn't go in. And the rebound is pulled down. McCook at half court. Mia Wren will put it up. And that will end the first half. Indians lead the Plainswomen 34-26 at halftime. You're listening to Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back inside the Bank of Colorado Event Center at halftime, the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen trail the McCook Community College Indians 34-26. We're joined by Northeastern Plainsmen basketball head coach Eddie Trinkle. And if you're the Plainsmen, obviously you're down, and there's some frustration you can have in this ball game. But I think their controllables, they've done a lot right in this first half.
Certainly, especially, with the injuries and whatnot, you're just – realistically, as a coach, you're just trying to piece this game together, And I think Bronson and Gabe have done an unbelievable job of, keeping it where it's at. If they hit some shots, they might be up right now. That's the biggest thing. They're not shooting the ball great from the three-point line, and if they hit a couple of those, it changes the complexion of this game for sure.
It's refreshing to see NJC still willing to go to the hoop. They're not getting the calls that they should be getting on the drive into the lane with the physicality that is instigated there, but they're continuing to do it. And I think that's one thing Gabe always talks about, doing the right thing. Yep. That's one thing they've got these girls bought into, is doing the right thing.
Yeah, like you said, they're going hard, right? They're putting themselves in a good position that if they can keep this game close at the end, they'll have a shot to win it. Just because the simple thing is they're going hard and straight downhill and to the rim, and they're setting each other up too. They're getting good looks, and if they, part of it is, we travel so much in this league that sometimes you don't have legs. Yeah. And I would assume, they play a lot of minutes, these girls, because they have to, because of the injuries. And so, it takes a while to get warmed up, especially, as tough a game as that was the other night against North Platte, for them, but it's, I'm shocked it's this close, honestly. I think they've done an unbelievable job to be where they're at and to have a shot to win this.
You guys lost the other night in North Platte. That's two losses, both on the road in the row. I did a look into it. We've always talked 15 points is kind of that home road swing inside this region. Over the last 3 seasons, it's actually only 10, but that's still a pretty significant mark, especially for you guys coming off a 3-game road trip. You've got to be refreshed that, hey, we've got 3 in a row here at home. We don't have to travel for 10 days.
Yeah, it feels good. That feels good. And obviously, the only way it's worth it is if you win, right? So that's been our focus this week, is doing the right thing to put ourselves in a spot to win the game. Especially at the end of every single game. We know every game's going to be close. We're not pulling away from anybody, and we're not pretending that we're good enough to do that. So we're gonna try to execute a little bit better. There's some things, that I kick myself a little bit in the Trinidad game. I had one timeout, and I trusted that we were going to make the right play when we pitched it up. It went through my mind, call the timeout, and I should have just called it and put us in a better spot to okay, here's who we want to take the shot. Dodge went to the hole, I don't even think it's debatable. He got fouled. He busted a tooth out, so I'm pretty sure he got fouled. Right. But they didn't call it, and they don't. I know officials don't want to affect the end of the game, but I'm just it does affect it when someone gets fouled and you don't call it. So, but a learning point for all of us to make sure the ball is in the person's hand that we want. And then also, and if it's not, you have a timeout, use it, So my fault as a coach. And then the other night, I really felt, we had a chance to go up 5 on the layup. And Keese gets the layup, and they call X for the shielding call, which I haven't seen it called this year in the league. That's the first time I've seen it called. So, that was a tough break. And then, the kid that hits the 3 to tie it is shooting 19%. So who else would you want to shoot it? So I think we did some good things. The only thing, like I told you at the end of that game, the thing we should have done better on that in that scenario is we should have got there quicker on him. Yeah. And made it a harder shot. Well,
and I think one of the reasons why over the last 2 decades inside this region that I've watched Region 9 basketball, one of the reasons why there's so much difficulty winning on the road is because this is one of the most physical regions you're going to run into. How do you make sure in a game like today that you embrace that physicality and not shy away from it? Because I think that was part of the problem late in the game Wednesday night, was maybe a little bit of the shying away from that physicality.
Yeah, offensive rebounding, what is it? It's being physical. So, we got killed in the last 2 minutes of that game. So, no, we did more than talk about it, in the last couple practices. We worked on it, and I think our guys are ready. They're ready for that part of it. We've talked about what we have to do to win this game, to have a legit shot to win it, where we have to be on the glass, what we have to do to guard them. This is a tremendous McCook team when it comes to getting downhill and at the rim. They're not as quick maybe as they were last year at doing that, because I felt like last year they did it. That was just their offense, straight downhill, straight downhill. This year they can really shoot it. They got some guards that can flat shoot it. They got some bigs that can make your life miserable. They have everything you want. I mean, they're going to go tonight. They're going to probably start 6'9", 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah.
And then to a 6'3" and then a 5'7" guard that is straight downhill and built like a bowling ball. And he shoots a ton of free throws. And it's going to be, for us to win this game, we're going to have to play really good. We're going to have to handle their pressure. They get out and they run around and they don't do a lot of help side, but they're up and in you and guarding you and trying to force you to do things that you're not used to. They have had some injuries. They're big kids coming off a concussion protocol. I don't know if he's going to play tonight or not. He makes a huge difference for them. But, we just talked about, with our guys, hey, we need to make sure that we understand the scout on every single dude. And then we have to play physical. When a guy comes through lane, we can't let him just come through free. We got to chuck him, put a body on him. We got to slow him down. We got to help each other out. And then the other thing is on those little guys that drive, the 6'3" kid and then the 5'6" kid, we have to close lanes off. If they keep getting to the basket, it's going to be a miserable night for us.
Absolutely. They tip at 3. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
That's Eddie Trinkle from the Plains men. The Plains women trail 34-26 at half. Back with half number 2 next on our Equitable Savings and Loan halftime show. Visit equitable-savings.com. I'm Ben Blecka. Back inside the Bank of Colorado Event Center as we head to the second half. 34-26, McCook leads NJC, and the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen, who have only led by one in this ball game. McCook's led by as many as 10. 5 lead changes and 1 tie in half number 1. Looking at some of the individuals that shown in the first half. 6 points from the Spanish freshman Molina Munoz from McCook. That leads the scoring with Luisa Izquierda Altamira, the sophomore from Spain. She was 2 of 4 from downtown. Nunabui, probably the most impactful player, the 6-foot freshman from Ireland, 4 points and 8 rebounds. For NJC, leading scorer in half number 1 is Monique Sena with 6 and Becca Segerman with 6. 5 out of Madison Cepeda, 5 out of Daniela Garcia Gasco. The big number in half number 1 that I think tells the story of this ball game is the rebounding advantage. It's not a dominant number. Remember, McCook, 7.5 plus on the rebounds on average this season over their opponents. They're only plus 5 in half number 1, 19-14. NJC got their act together on the glass in half during quarter number 2 and ended up with 7 offensive rebounds. Unfortunately for NJC, of those 7 offensive rebounds, they only have 6 second chance points, so they failed to convert 4 of them. McCook has 5 offensive rebounds, 8 second chance points. There's only 1 offensive rebound they failed to convert into points, and technically that offensive rebound was rebounded and put back up and in, so it was 2 offensive rebounds on the same play for McCook. So when they get those second chances, they're able to be very impactful in this one. And you've got to find a way, if you're NJC, in this third quarter to keep your players on the floor. Don't shorten your rotation any. Madison Cepeda with 2 fouls. Riley Phelps with 2 fouls. Daniela Garcia Gasco with 2 fouls. You've got to find a way to keep those 3 on the floor for this third quarter. If you get a third foul late in the quarter off one of them, fine. But at least to the media timeout, I don't think you need a third foul on those. You've got to find a way to defend without getting whistled for the fouls. As we head to the third quarter, it's brought to you by Culligan Water Softeners and Drinking Water Systems, available for rent. Call 970-427-8080. McCook will have the basketball going right to left. They're starting 5 on the floor. Same for the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen. In a man defense, have utilized Daniela Garcia Gasco on Izquierda Altamira, who is running more as a guard than a post player. Izquierda Altamira on the left wing, drives in. She takes it to the window. Shot does not go. Rebound on the offensive glass, pulled down by Nanabua, and looking for the reset is McCook. Drive off the far side. Izquierda Altamira. Veronica Beret called for a blocking foul. Riley Phelps, who wasn't even close to that play, was called for her third foul. It was Daniela Garcia Gasco and Veronica Beret that were on that player, but okay. Confuse her with Riley. McCook with a 3 off the left wing. Back iron does not go, and the rebound is pulled down by Daniela Garcia Gasco. Walk into the front court by Monique Sena, and she'll set the offense up. Monique Garcia Gasco, right post. She spins into the lane, falls back to her right, bangs iron, doesn't go, and Nanabua down with her 10th rebound of the ball game. Minute into quarter number 3, and Madison Cepeda jumps Garcia Perdomo past half court, and Garcia Perdomo fumbles the basketball away on the far sideline. So NJC gets it back. That's the 8th turnover of the game for McCook. Cepeda avoids the jump, dribbles across the screen from Riley Phelps, drop into the lane for Phelps, and the pass a little errant. Ends up being picked up by McCook. Indians walk it into the front court. Molina Munoz will set the offense up. High post pass. Izquierda Altamira. Molina Munoz drives left wing. Iron doesn't go. Rebound won by Veronica Beret, who then gets knocked down All 5'4" of Veronica Beret went in against Nanabua and took that rebound out of the big girl's hands. And she was shoved down by Marmelina Munoz after turning to run the floor. Santa will walk it into the front court. Garcia Gasco around onto the right side, back to Monique. Riley Phelps, spot on three, hammers iron and doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Garcia Perdomo. Phelps scoreless from the floor tonight. She is 0 for 7, 0 for 3 from downtown. 2 minutes into quarter number 3, back down, double down, and a travel as Veronica Beret helping out Riley Phelps. Got Izquierda Altamira to shuffle her pivot foot. No score so far in this second half. We remain 34-26. McCook with 7:45 to go in the third quarter. Cepeda gets it past half. Ball tipped, loose on the floor. Ends up with it, does Nanabua. Indians running back into the front court. Spin to her left, an elbow thrown to try and get free of Cepeda, and Riley Phelps tagged with the foul as she goes for the block. So Phelps just picked up her fourth foul. Her third foul was a bogus one that she wasn't even on in this third quarter. So she'll be relegated to the bench. Markella Pizarra in for her, and Madison Cepeda sits for Becca Segerman. 2 free throws. So foul trouble for NJC. We said we needed those starting 5 to be out there. And Phelps will be sitting at least until the fourth quarter. Both free throws go in for Jorgensen, who scored the first points of the game. Grows the lead back to 10, matching the largest it's been in this contest. Segerman past half. Pass tipped. She saves it herself. Works it to Pizarra in the far corner from downtown. Shot will not go. Ball tipped and collected by Altamira. Altamira runs the floor in transition. Dishes off to Melina Munoz and lays it up and in. So it's a 12-point lead. Largest lead it's been this afternoon for McCook at 38-26. Santa kicks into the near corner for Beret. Back to Santa, who throws it behind Pizarra. Third consecutive turnover for NJC. And a timeout by the Plainswoman bench with 6:44 to go in quarter number 3. Trying to get a rhythm in this second half are the Northeastern Plainswomen on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. (38-26). McCook leads NJC back inside campus. The Northeastern Plainsmen out of their timeout. We'll try and create some modicum of rhythm in this ball game, something they've not been able to do this afternoon. Had that little hot run to have the lead, but not been able to consistently get it done. Becca Segerman trying to defend off a screen against Nanabua, and she is whistled for her second foul. Lead up to 14. That was just a case of 5'7" against 6 foot. Nanabua cannot knock in the and one, so she has 6 points in the ball game. Lead is up to 14. Segerman, right wing, pops it, drops it off the near side. Becca with 9 to lead NJC in scoring. It's the Plainswomen back within 11 as McCook walks it into the front court. It's Kiera Altamira. Right side goes to Jorgensen. Weave around to Garcia Perdomo, and then a reset back out up top. Dribble into the lane, kick far corner. Melina Munoz, shot does not go. Monique Sena comes down with the rebound. Plainswomen don't have the transition. The secondary's there, though, as Sena drives left side of the lane and lays it up and in. Monique with 8. Plainswomen chip their way back to a single-digit deficit, down 40-31 with 5:43 to go in the third quarter. Left wing, he's Kiera Altamira. Dribbles across the screen from Nanabua. Jorgensen onto the near side, baseline drive, and a blocking foul on Veronica Beret as Melina Munoz drove into her. 4th foul of the quarter on the Plainswomen, 2nd of the game on Veronica Beret. Nanabua takes a seat, as does Jorgensen. On for McCook comes Lucero and Cox. Inbound to the right of the hoop from Melina Munoz. She'll launch it into Garcia Perdomo. Far corner 3, wildly short from Nevaeh Lucero, and Markella Pizarra comes down with the rebound. Monique Sena runs the floor. Tosses near side, Veronica Beret. Into Daniela Garcia Gasco. Garcia Gasco off the window, muscles it up and through. She has 7, so the Plainswomen back within 7, thanks to a little 6-0 run. 40-33 halfway through the third quarter. Melina Munoz past the stripe, and Markella Pizarra whistled for her 2nd foul. 5th foul of the quarter on NJC. So with 4:55 to go in the third quarter, we will have free throws the remainder of the frame. We're to the media timeout. Region 9 South Women's Basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen trail McCook 40-33 as we come back out of the media timeout. Quarter number 3 with 4:55 to go. Gordon Insurance knows that insurance mitigates risk on the farm with your livestock and in your everyday life. Stop by in downtown Sterling or call 970-526-6139. 2 free throws for Peyton Cox, the 5'11 sophomore from Nebraska. She misses the first free throw. That is the one area for this McCook team that they've struggled most with this season. Just 64% from the free throw line. They shoot very well in all other regards. But today they're just 4 of 9 from the free throw line, in spite of the fact that NJC's been whistled for 15 fouls to McCook's 5. Far side, Monique Sena from long range launches a 3 that does not go. Peyton Cox comes down with the rebound. A quick toss to Lucero, who runs it up the near side. Garcia Perdomo. Wilma Flintstone that, got the feet pedaling to get the car moving and didn't bounce the basketball. Monique Sena will walk it back left to right for NJC with 4.5 to go in the third. Monique on the near side. Comes for Becca Segerman, blows by everybody and is knocked to the deck by Marmelina Munoz. probably was fouled on the first contact and the second contact. Finally whistled when she went up for the shot on the third. Second foul on Marmelina Munoz, and Becca is the only one that has shot free throws for NJC today. She went 1 of 2 in quarter number 1. She heads back to the line as on comes Jada Kim for the McCook Indians. Segerman misses the first free throw. She'll make the second. She's the first Plainswoman in the ballgame to double figures. She's the first player in the ballgame to double figures with 10 points. 40-34. It's a 7-0 NJC run. Izquierda Altamira down underneath to Cox. Doubled on the end line, and jump ball arrow is NJC's. Plainswoman wanted to travel. Indians wanted a foul. Official called the jump, pleasing no one. It's kind of like any election on the nationwide scale. It doesn't benefit anybody. Monique Sena will walk it into the front court. Toss it near side for Markella Pizarra. Pizarra drives in, up and under, does not go. She's knocked down after she takes the shot by Peyton Cox. That is Cox's first foul, third foul of the quarter on the Indians with 3:52 to go. Toss in out to Daniela Garcia-Gasco, who drops it in to Madison. Cepeda lays it off the window, and Cepeda with 7. NJC is back within 4, 40-36, now on a 10-0 run. Drive far side in the lane, 2 up, no good. A foul called on NJC on Markella Pizarra. It will be Pizarra's third. So Riley Phelps is sitting with 4. Now she's coming back into the ball game with 4. Riverboat Gambler, 1 foul away from being disqualified, as Izquierda Altamira will put the first free throw up and in. She's turned down. You're good. Second free throw goes in for Izquierda Altamira. She has 8 in the game. Lead back up to 6 for McCook. Walk into the front court. Monique Sena. And a cartwheel done by Garcia Perdomo trying to get around the screen. Innovative way to try and avoid the screen. However, whistled for her second foul. 4th foul of the quarter on McCook. Inbound pass to Garcia-Gasco. She backs down in the lane, puts a shot up that does not go. Rebound is pulled away by Jada Kim. Kim will toss it out in front and let Lucero set the offense up. Lucero inside out to Kim in the corner. She pulls up, shot over the outstretched arm of Phelps. Nevaeh Lucero buries a bucket for the first time in 3.5 minutes for McCook. Puts them back up by 8. Sena back the other way, launches a 3 that does not go. Segerman down with the rebound and knocked down, and Becca will head to the free throw line. Third foul in the ball game on Jada Kim. First free throw for Becca Segerman is up and good. Second does not go. Rebound goes out. Last touched by Riley Phelps, who was fighting for position with Peyton Cox. 44-37, 2:56 to go, third quarter. Ball will walk into the front court for McCook and Garcia Perdomo. Izquierda Altamira to Nevaeh Lucero on the far side. Back out up top, Izquierda Altamira. Lucero down into the far corner for Garcia Perdomo. Drive left side of the lane. Offensive foul as Monique Sena was flattened. Baseline official blew her whistle. Sideline official blew his whistle. I think she was calling block. He overruled and called charge. Much to Coach Pritchett's dismayment. And that is on Izquierda Altamira. They called the foul on Garcia Perdomo originally, but she was not the one with the basketball.